across the line.
That's a crash, and that is a big accident there.
Kane, are you okay?
And the Williams was in my way! I'm out!
Car is safe. Go to P1 and P0.
I'm sorry, guys.
Let's see what happened. I was on the flying lap for Q1, but I caught up to the slow-moving cars in Sector 3. Most of them got out of the way, but the last Williams was too close to the chicane, and I had to take the tighter line into the corner. I lost the rear of the car on the exit, and I crashed into the wall of champions. Okay, to be honest, I blame the Williams for that accident, but I guess I overreacted to the oversteer. And the car bounced a bit as well. But well, we cannot change the past, so let's switch our minds to the race. So it's Verstappen on pole position, Hamilton is in second, and Norris is in third. And now let's head towards the grid then, for the Canadian Grand Prix. Where can we finish, starting from last place? Let's see what we can do. After I got back from the medical center for a quick checkup, James Vowles, the Williams team principal and my former boss, came to apologize for impeding my run. I'm not mad at the Williams, and I could have saved the car anyway. But you know, it was great to talk with my old team. We had a great time with Williams. There's a playlist of season 1 and 2 in the description, so if you're interested in my race in Williams, go check them out after this epic Canadian Grand Prix ended.
Guys, again, thanks for fixing the car. Let's get back to the point.
So here we go, starting from last. Where can we finish? As we go 3, 4, 5, red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. It was a decent reaction, but poor acceleration. Everyone ahead is going side by side in turn 1. We're having 3 wide right ahead of us. I wanted to go to the outside into turn 1. We're going around the outside of Sainz and Duhan as we approach turn 2. This is why I wanted to go to the outside on turn 1, because this will be the inside in the second corner. And we gained massively on the exit. We're going wheel to wheel with Alex, my former teammate back in Williams, but Alex showed me the wall on the exit of the second corner of the chicane. I had to back out, and now Ricardo is coming up. I have to close the inside into the next corner. A bit aggressive defense I showed, but I managed to stay ahead of the Audi. Hamilton is up into the lead. Is that Norris up to second place? Verstappen has lost 2 positions. Then comes the other Mercedes of Russell and Stroll, who is having a home race. Ricardo was looking to my inside into turn 8, so I had to close the inside a bit. Alex is looking to the inside of Behrman, and oh, they come together on the hairpin. And I tried to take evasive action, eventually opening up the door for Ricardo to slip through. The Australian gets back ahead of me, but I am still close behind him. I'm using slipstream on the back straight. I'm looking to the inside into the final corner, and wow, he moved to the inside under braking. But he's stuck on the apex and got back ahead of Ricardo. Well, I touched the wall a bit on the exit, but luckily we walked away from them.
Stop the contact. You're at risk of...
Great, sorry mate. You're in P15 now. The car in front is Behrman and Albon. Ricardo is still right behind you, so watch out.
Copy.
We are right behind Behrman as we exit turn 4. I'm trying to go wheel to wheel, but it's difficult in this tight track. As we approach turn 6, I look to the inside, but Behrman moved to the inside under braking. I had to avoid an accident, and because of it, I lost momentum. Ricardo is coming up. I close the inside and we're going wheel to wheel. In fact, the Alpine is coming from the far side as well. It was almost 3 wide, but Ricardo backed off as we approached turn 8. We stayed ahead, but I wasn't pleased with Behrman's move.
Behrman moved under braking. That was dangerous.
Yeah, we saw that.
But that was a great judge at the first 2 corners right after the start. I was very cautious but aggressive at the same time. I gained 5 positions in just 2 opening corners. It was a great first step to bounce back to the points. We are running down the back straight, and Behrman and Alex are side by side. Behrman gets ahead, and we are right behind Alex. We are tail to nose on the main straight. I'm making a move from the outside into turn 1. We're going wheel to wheel. Oh, we are so close to contact. We're still going side by side on turn 2. I forced my way through. My former teammate kindly gave me a room, and we got ahead of Alex and up to P14. That was a brilliant battle against the AI. This is what I wanted to have. And we switched lines on the exit of the chicane, and we got ahead with Behrman as well. We're up to 13.
Good job. The next car is Hajar.
On the end of the next lap, we caught up to Hajar. We're going side by side on the main straight. I thought I got ahead of the Racing Bull, but Hajar was still there. He's giving me a squeeze to the outside, and he literally hit me and forced me wide going into turn 1. We're still going side by side. I'm having the inside into turn 2, but Hajar covered me from the outside. Elbow out from the Racing Bull. He seriously hit me in the middle of the corner.
Hajar hit me.
We saw that. The car is okay.
And now Bearman is coming back at us. He is coming alongside us on the back straight. We're going wheel to wheel, but looks like we were having better straight line speed than he has. We stayed ahead. As we go into lap 9, it's time to take revenge on Hajar. As we come back to the home straight, we are right behind his rear wing. He's again closing the inside, but this time I chose to go to the tighter inside. Oh, we made contact again! As we approached turn 1, I made a late break in from the inside, and we got ahead. We're up to P12, but Hajar is still close behind. I have to show a little defensive move into turn 3. Brilliant side-by-side battle again with the AI.
Good job. P12 now. The next car is Antonelli. He is on old soft.
Hajar hit me again on the straight.
Copy, but let's focus on Antonelli.
On the end of the same lap, we are right behind Antonelli as we come back to the home straight. We are having DRS and tucked into his slipstream. We're not gaining massively and we're a bit far behind, but I made a super late braking to the inside into turn 1. That was a late move, but I hugged the apex and got ahead of the Alpine and finally made it to the points. He was still close behind, so I closed the inside. What a move that was! A bit risky and bold move to the inside.
Let's go!
Great move. You're back in the points. The next car is Sonoda. He is on old hard.
We are on lap 12 and several cars have gone to the pit. So we are up to P8 for the moment. And while I was running down the back straight, the race leaders Leclerc and Verstappen were now in the pits. And Ocon goes into the pit as well. So now the car in front of me is my teammate. Not again. I'm having a much better pace than Oscar because, you know, I started from last but I'm right behind him now, so it's clear that I'm faster than him. I hope we won't collide again.
No, he's ripped off the front wing! The McLarens collide!
But on the end of the same lap, Oscar goes into the pit. I mean, I think he and the team should thank me because, you know, I had to create a gap to Oscar because I nearly hit the back of him. And since my teammate is in the pit, I continued with this tire. And we're up to second place. Of course, this is not the actual order because, you know, I have to change tire later. But since I'm having clean air, I can push and try an overcut.
You're up to second place. How's the tire?
Losing grip, but still okay. But if the softs can make it to the end, let's box.
Copy that.
Box?
Stay out, and push this lap.
Copy.
Norris goes into the pit, so we are now in the lead of the race. We will push this lap and box in the end. Here we are on the back straight. I think this is a good time to change the softs, so I'll box this lap. This pit stop will be crucial. Will our overcut work? We were really having a bad pit stop recently. We failed an overcut on Norris because of it in the last round in Spain. Can we make it this time? Okay, that was a decent stop, I think. Great job, team. Can we make an overcut? As we exit the pit lane, here comes my teammate. He's running down the home straight. It's gonna be close, and no, we just rejoined in front of Oscar. Our overcut worked. Well, I wanted to, catch Stroll if I could, but this is good because we don't have to put up a, teammate fight on track again.
No, he's ripped off the front wing!
Oscar might not be happy about this, but from the team's view, this was probably better.
Okay, you're P7 now. Stroll is a car ahead. The gap to Stroll is 2.5 seconds.
Understood. Thanks for the good pit stop.
We have 8 laps remaining, and on fresh soft compound tires, how many positions can we gain from here? Let's push to the end. On the end of lap 17, we are now in Stroll's 1 second range. We're having DRS, but I think we are a bit too far to make a move. Well, I did make a dive bomb on Antonelli a few laps ago, but I thought this was too far behind. I mean, I don't want to get a penalty, and besides, this is Stroll's home Grand Prix.
Vettel and Pierre Gasly, what has happened? We need to know who's going to come out in front.
I don't want to be, killed by his fans.
Information, you have 6 laps left, and Leclerc is 4 seconds ahead.
Don't rush me, man. I wasn't in overtaking range. Do you want me to be killed or what?
Leclerc's last lap was 13.5. You were a second faster, you can catch him, mate.
But first, I have to overtake this Aston, okay? Let me drive. I'm doing my best.
Copy, understood.
As we approach the final corner, we're much closer than him this time. Here we are back on the home straight. I'm turning ERS in overtake mode. We're gaining and gaining. I was still far behind, but I sent it
What has happened?
down to the inside of Stroll into turn 1 this time. Stroll tries to fight back. He tried to make a switchback. I managed to slow down in time. We got ahead of the home hero. We're up to 6th place. Stroll was still close behind as we approached turn 3, but he decided not to fight back. Okay, 1 car down. We only have 6 laps left. The car ahead is last season's champion car and the 2-time champion driver, the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. It won't be easy to catch up to him. Can we get ahead of him before the finish line?
Good job. Leclerc is 3 seconds ahead. You can catch him, mate.
Copy.
We are going into lap 22. We're gaining nearly a second, but Leclerc is still far ahead. And because I'm pushing to the limit and using tires to catch up, I'm starting to feel understeer more. Okay, to be honest, the car was kind of sliding in the corner entry from the first stint on mediums. And I thought, that would be fixed after I changed to softs. But I'm still having the same issue. But this might be because of the crash in qualifying, so I can't complain. For the sake of my team that worked so hard to fix the car, I want to catch up to Leclerc somehow.
Gap to Leclerc is 1.5.
He's fast.
You're gaining about 0.8 seconds per lap. 2 laps remaining.
We are running out of laps. Is it possible to catch up to him? As we go into lap 23, we have gained massively on the final corner and the first couple of corners. And we are now finally in the 1 second range of Leclerc. But just look at the acceleration of the Ferrari. It was a real rocket ship. Ferrari is the 4 consecutive Constructors Champions, and they are leading this season as well with a decent margin. McLaren is aiming to snatch that top seat from the Scuderias and become the Constructors Champion this season. And I am also aiming for my first ever driver's crown this season as well. And this Ferrari driver will definitely be one of the biggest rivals for me. If my team and I want to be the champions, we have to get ahead of Leclerc. The gap is around a second. I need at least a DRS to follow him. We will have DRS. This is huge. Leclerc doesn't have DRS from Russell. But I think most of you already know, but the AI always has a much better exit out of this hairpin corner. So I am not thinking of making a move into the chicane. As we approach this final corner where we crashed in qualifying, the next lap will be the last lap. Can we overtake Leclerc? We're going tail to nose into turn 1 and 2. I'm moving left and right, giving pressure on Leclerc, trying to find a gap to squeeze through, and whoa, we made contact on the exit of turn 4. I'm pushing Leclerc through the corner, but Leclerc is still staying ahead of me. We're running out of corners and opportunities. I have to use ERS to follow him on the upcoming straight. The gap to Leclerc is 0.6 seconds. To be honest, I was thinking that, it would be impossible to overtake him into the final chicane because the AI always makes a better exit out of the hairpin. So my last chance of overtaking will be into the hairpin corner. I'm still far behind, but it's now or never. I made a super late braking to the inside into turn 10. I was super late on the brakes, and Leclerc gave me room, but he covered me from the outside. He stayed ahead, and I ran off ERS. This is not good. He is getting far away, but I haven't given up yet. I know I can gain on him in the final corner. As we approach the chicane, This is it! We are right behind his rear wing! We're gaining and gaining! But this is just not enough! We were so
and
close
coast
on
to
the
help
line,
recharge the
but
battery.
Leclerc stayed ahead as
Well
we
done.
took the checker
Solid
flag.
result today.
We finished in P6.
P6. That was so close, but you did a great job. Great comeback.
Ah! One more lap! So close!
Yeah, you almost got him. But that was hell of a drive. You did a great job.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks again for fixing the car. Damn, one more lap.
Ken, that was a great comeback. Very happy with the result.
It was a difficult race for us. Starting from last was challenging, but we overtook 14 cars and nearly overtook the Ferrari as well. Overall, it was a great race considering where we started. We are still leading the driver standings, but Leclerc and Verstappen are right on our tail. We need to stay focused. The points gap between us and Ferrari got bigger. To be the champion this season, we cannot let them finish ahead of us. Since Oscar is performing a bit low, I have to finish much better than today. So guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and leave a praising comment about my overtakes. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next round of the season. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.